Okay, so let's start the questions related to you FET and MOSFETs. So this is the last questions reach from the FET and MOSFETs. So from the first questions, I'm sharing the first question. The question is the source of silicon. So you have to given the source of silicon Ni equal to 10 to the power 10 per centimeter cube. N channel MOS transistor has an area of 1 square micrometer. It means 1 micrometer square. Depth of 1 micrometer. If the dopant density in the source is 10 to the power 19 per centimeter cube, then the number of holes in the source region with above volume is approximately. You have to given the Ni and you have to given the dopant density of the source region is 10 to the power 19 per centimeter cube. Okay. So what are the total holes? That is number of holes. So P equal to what? Ni square upon doping concentration. That is the majority charge carrier. So this is 10 to the power 10 square divided by 10 to the power 19. And this is equal to 10. This is equal to 10 per centimeter cube. Now what's the volume? So volume equal to, volume is what? Area to cube, area into this one, area into width. This is called volume. Area is what? 1 square micrometer. So this is your 1 micrometer a square. So this is 10 to the power minus 6 square. Into width is 10 to the power minus 6. And this is 10 to the power minus 18 per meter cube. Okay. Sorry, meter cube. If you convert into centimeter, then this is 10 to the power minus 18 into 10 to the power 6 centimeter cube. And this becomes 10 to the power minus 12 centimeter cube. So total holes per unit volume is equal to what? So this is 10 into, sorry, total holes per unit volume is what? 10. So total holes equal to 10 into 10 to the power minus 12 holes. This is 10 to the power minus 11 holes, and which is approximately equal to 0. So option D is your right options. Okay. Now come to the next question. This is one of the best questions from your GATE exam. In the three-dimensional view of silicon N-channel MOS transistors shown below, del equal to 20 nanometer. So you have to given del equal to 20 meter. This thickness is 20 nanometer. And transistor width is equal to 1 micrometer. So this is your 1 micrometer. You can say this is 1 nanometer here. The depletion width formed at every PN junction is a 10 nanometer. Depletion width is what? 10 nanometer. The relative permittivity of silicon and SiO2, epsilon r. This is epsilon r of silicon, and this is epsilon r of SiO2. So you have to given as epsilon r of SiO2, and this is epsilon r 11.7 and epsilon r SiO2. This is your epsilon naught value. The source body junction capacitance is approximately source to body junction capacitance. So what's the source to body junctions capacitance? Source to body junctions capacitance. This is your body terminals. Okay. Let's say this is drain terminal, this is source terminals, and this is body. So source to body junction capacitance. So source to body capacitance is what? C equal to epsilon A by W width. Epsilon A by W. Epsilon silicon is what? 11.7 times of epsilon naught into area. Area equal to what? You have to given this width is 0.2 micrometer, and this depth is, width is equal to what? 1 micrometer, and this depth is 0.2 micrometers. So area is 0.2 micrometer into 1 micrometer upon width. Width equal to what? You have to given the width at every PN junction is what? 10 nanometers. So width is 10 nanometer. This is 10 nanometer. After solving this value, epsilon naught is 8.854 into 10 to the power minus 12 farad per meter. Just put all these values, and after putting this is your 12 picofarad, and this is you can write 2 into 10 to the power minus 15 farad. So answer is A. Option A is your right options. Now the second part of this same questions. The second part of this same question is, that is question number 3. The question number 3 says the gate source overlap capacitance is approximately gate source overlap capacitance. So what's the gate source overlap capacitance? Gate source overlap capacitance C equal to epsilon A by W, but in this case epsilon SiO2. This is A by W. This is 3.9 times of epsilon naught into area upon width. And this width is what? T oxide. This is called oxide thickness. This is called oxide thickness. So capacitance is 3.9 times of epsilon naught. This is 8.854 into 10 to the power minus 12 into area. Area is what? 1 micrometer into 20 nanometer upon the width is what? 1 nanometer. Just solve this one. This is cancel out. And after solving, this is 0.7 into 10 to the power minus 15 farad. So answer is 0.7. This one, option A. So A is your right options. Okay. So just here put up the oxide thickness. Now come to the next question. The question is, in a MOSFET operating in the saturation region, you have to give one MOSFET each operates in saturation region. The channel length modulation effects couch. My dear students, I have already taught you the channel length modulation due to increase in what? VDS. So due to change in VDS, and this change in VDS, the L is getting to the L minus del L. So due to change in the VDS, okay, and RDS is equal to what? RDS is dVDS upon dIDS. This is your RDS, output resistance. Okay, so the IDS equal to Kn dash into W by L by 2. This is VGS minus VTH whole square. So dIDS upon dVDS equal to 1 upon RDS. Okay, so the dIDS upon dVDS is nothing but lambda times of IDS saturation. How? Because the current equation becomes what? IDS equal to IDS saturation 1 plus lambda times of VDS. What is the IDS saturation? This is mu n C oxide by 2 W by L VGS minus VTH whole square. This is the current equations after taking channel length modulation. Channel length modulation. So after taking the channel length modulation, IDS equal to this IDS saturation 1 plus lambda times of VDS. Now just put here. So dIDS upon dVDS is equal to lambda times of IDS saturation. So the RDS equal to dIVDS upon dIDS, and this is 1 upon lambda times of IDS saturation. Okay, so RDS can be right here lambda times of IDS saturation to the power minus 1. This is called RDS. Okay, so my question is, in a MOSFET operating in saturation region, the channel length modulation effect gauge. What effect gauge? So in this case, your VDS is increased. So increase in gate source capacitance, wrong. A decrease in transconductance. Transconductance is what? GM, not affected the GM. A decrease in unity gain cutoff frequency not affected. A decrease in output resistance, yes, this is affected. Output resistance will be affected. So option D is your right options. So option D is right options. Okay. Now come to the next question. Now question number 5. If fixed positive charge are present in the gate oxide of N-channel enhancement type MOSFET, it will lead to fixed channel. Let's say this is your P-type substrate. P-type substrate. Now for this P-type substrate, it is doped with the N plus channel. This forms the channel. This is your gate. This is your gate source. Gate source. If this is positive, this is your negative. Okay. So for fixed charge present in the gas oxide, there is a introduction of negative charge inside the channel. And what will happen? It will decrease. It means what? If you increase the fixed charge or VGS, then the negative charge introduced into the channel. Negative charge introduced into the channel, which increase the channel density and decrease the threshold voltage. Why decrease the threshold voltage? Because for low voltage of VGS, it will convert into the P channel substrate into the N channel substrate. And as we know that if entire holes are converted into the electrons, that is P channel converted into N channel, then this is called threshold voltage. That particular voltage is called what? Threshold voltage. So the particular voltage at which the P channel converted into the N channel, and that particular voltage is called threshold voltage. So that will affect is decrease the threshold voltage. So option A is your right options. Now come to the next. Now next is a depletion type N channel MOSFET is biased in its linear region. You have to give a linear region. Okay, that's good. Fine. For use a voltage controlled resistor. Yes, the linear region used as a voltage controlled resistor. Okay. Assume threshold voltage VTH equal to 0 minus 0.5 volt, VGS equal to 2 volt, VDS equal to 5 volt, W by L equal to 100. C oxide is 10 to power minus 8 farad per centimeter square, and the mobility is 800 centimeters square per volt second. The value of resistance of the voltage controlled is equal to what? So the value of resistance, my dear students, as you know that the IDS equal to what? This is mu n C oxide W by L. This is VGS minus VTH minus half VDS square. Now the value of resistance in this case is what? dVds upon dIds, or you can say here dIds upon dVds the power minus 1. This is called resistance value. Okay, so just differentiate. So when you differentiate this one, dIds upon dVds, this will becomes mu n C oxide W by L, and this is your VGS minus VTH into VDS. and this becomes your VGS minus VTH minus VDS minus what? VDS. Is that clear? So just put up all these values, and you will get the RDS equal to DIDS upon DVDS to the power minus 1. This is good. This gives the RDS value. So this is your RDS value. And just while putting these all values, just put 1. So RDS becomes 1 upon mu n C oxide W by L. This is VGS minus VTH minus VDS. Just put these all values. Mobility, C oxide, W by L ratio, VGS minus VTH and VDS. Just putting these all values, you will get the answer is 500 ohm. So answer is 500 ohm is the right answer. So answer is here 500 ohm is the right answer. Now come to the next question. For the MOSFET shown in the figure, the threshold voltage VTH is 2 volt. So you have to given VTH is 2 volt and K value is this one. To find the value of ID, ID equal to what? My dear students, first of all, you should calculate in which region it is operated. Okay, saturation or non-saturation. As we know that if VDS greater than equal to VGS minus VTH, then operates in saturation region. Which region? Saturation region. Then operates in saturation region. If VDS is less than VGS minus VTH, then operate in linear region. So you have to given Kn. It means operate in saturation region, but you should check there. So let's say this current is ID1 and let's say this current is ID2. So ID1 equal to what? Same current ID2 equal to what current? This is ID. Why? Because the gate current is always equal to 0. Now just solve this one. So this potential is this is VG potentials. Now this is ground. This is ground potentials. Now this VG equal to what? This VG1 equal to 10K upon 10K plus 10K into 12, and this is equal to 6 volt. So this potential is 6 volt. Now for entire this one, this is 12 volt. So 12 is greater than 6. It means what? Operates in saturation. Operates in saturation region. And if it operates in saturation region, then ID1 equal to ID2 equal to ID. What is this one? This is mu n C oxide by 2 W by L. This is VGS minus VTH whole square. Just put up here all values. This is you have to given. This is mu1 0.1 into 10 to the power minus 3. This is 5 minus 2 whole square, and this is equal to 0.9 milliampere. The answer is 0.9 milliampere. Now come to the next question number 8. The slope of the ID versus VGS. That's fine. The slope of ID versus VGS curve on N-channel MOSFET in linear region. Which region? Linear region. At VDS equal to this volt for the same device, neglecting the channel length modulation, the slope of root ID versus VGS curve under saturation region is what? So first of all, we should find the slope versus IDS versus VGS in linear region. Which region? Linear region. So IDS equal to what? This is equal to mu n C oxide W by L. This is VGS minus VTH into VDS minus half VDS square. So DIDS upon DVGS. This is mu n C oxide W by L into VDS. Okay. So let's say this constant value is K. So dVDS upon dVGS equal to K times of VDS, and this K equal to dID upon dVGS equal to what? 10 to the power minus 3. So 10 is to power minus 3 divided by 0.1, and this is equal to 0.01. So value of k is 0.01. Now root ID in the saturation region is what? Mu1 C oxide by 2 W by L. This is VGS minus VTH whole square. So root ID equal to what? This is root under K by 2. This is VGS minus VTH. So root ID upon dVGS equal to under root K by 2, and this is equal to under root 0.01 by 2, and this is 0.07. So answer is 0.07 is the right answer. Now come to the next question. So answer is 0.07, which is the right answer. Now come to the next question. An ideal MOS capacitor has boron doping concentration. You have to given the boron doping concentrations. 10 to the power 15 per centimeter cube in the substrate. When a gate voltage is applied, the depletion region width is 0.5 micrometer is formed with the surface channel potentially 0.2 volt. Epsilon naught is this one. Epsilon R of silicon, this one, and 4 is the epsilon permittivity of silicon dioxide. The peak electric field of the oxide region peak electric field equal to what? So what's the oxide region peak electric field? So the peak electric field is equal to ES equal to what? That is 2 times of VBI by W. This is the peak electric field. That is called maximum electric field. This is your 2 times of VBI by W. So this is 2 times of VBI equal to what? 0.2 upon width equal to what? 0.5 micrometer, and this becomes 0.8 volt per micrometer. Now the peak electric field in the oxide region. So epsilon ox into E ox equal to epsilon S into ES. This is your maximum electric field, E maximum. Okay, why? Because D equal to what? Epsilon into E, and D oxide becomes your DS because continuity, due to continuity. So this is epsilon ox into E oxide is equal to epsilon silicon into ES, and this is nothing but E maximum. So E oxide equal to what? Epsilon silicon upon epsilon oxide into ES, and this becomes epsilon silicon is what? This is your 4 epsilon silicon. This is 4 upon 12 into E maximum, and this is your this is your epsilon upon 4 into this is 0.8. This becomes 2.4 volt per micrometer. So answer is 2.4 volt per micrometer is the right answer. Now come to the next. The question number 10. For the MOSFET M1 shown in the figure, W by L you have to given, VDD you have to given, mu1 into C oxide you have to given, VTH you have to given. The transistor M1 switch from saturation region to linear region in volt. It means what? At what potential it is switched from saturation region to linear region. Okay. So drain current is what? This is your drain current ID. So this is VDD minus V output upon 10K. This is your ID current. Okay. Now V output V output is VGS minus VTH. That is V input minus VTH is 0.5 volt. Just put here VDD is what? 2 volt. So given 2 volt. So 2 minus V input minus 0.5 upon 10K. This is equal to ID equal to what? Mu and C oxide by 2 W by L. This is VGS minus VTH whole square. So this becomes your 2.5 minus V input divided by 10K is equal to mu and C oxide by 2 into W by L. So this is your 100 into 10 raised to power minus 6 into VGS is what? VGS is V input. So this is V input minus 0.5 whole square. And after solving this, you will get V input is 1.5 volt, and which is the right answer. Okay. So this is nothing but your current formation equations. That is for input voltage of 1.5 volt, it will change. That is how it will be changed, because as we know that VDS greater than equal to VGS minus VTS, then this is called saturation region.